Hey guys, so the first step to achieving the watercolor method is using 613 blondes here. I personally prefer to use 613 blonde hair because I feel like the color payoff will be the best. So I got my hair from Ywigs.com and I purchased 3 bundles of 20-inch along with a 16-inch frontal. So as you can see, this is just the packaging. It comes in a drawstring bag, and inside of that drawstring bag, there is a box with your bundles. Besides the hair, you will also get a return and exchange policy slip, and on the other side it will have the form to fill out if you do decide to return or exchange your purchase. Along with that, you will get a wig cap, wig combs, and elastic band for making a wig. Okay guys, so now onto the fun part, which is watercoloring the hair. The first thing you're going to need is a bin to fill up your water in. I purchased this bin from Michael's and it was around $8 or $9. The next thing you're going to need is your dye. I bought all Adore dyes. I got 2 bottles of lavender and 1 bottle of periwinkle. So one tip that I do suggest is using half the water amount that I use, because I had to go back and buy another dye because I use way too much water. So the more water you use, the more diluted the hair dye becomes. So if you want a really light tone color, then I suggest you go with more water, but if not, use way less water than I did, about half or even less. So here's just how the hair looks after it's been sitting in the water for about 5 minutes. You can't really see, but it does have some gray ashy tones in there, and it's all because I use way too much water. So I'm gonna just go back in and re-dye this bundle using less water. So right here, I'm going to give you guys a side-by-side comparison of the two bundles I've dyed so far. This is the first one. As you can see, it has those blonde ashy streaks still in it. And this is the second one using less water. As you can see, the color payoff is way more vibrant, but there are still a few ashy tones in there. So I'm going to go in just dyeing both of these bundles with lavender only and no periwinkle this time. Now guys, on to the frontal, and this is my attempt, yes, attempt to tint the lace on this frontal. So I'm just using chocolate dye. You can use any brand you want. I also have hot water. It's basically the same process of the watercolor method. You need hot water and then you're gonna need some dye. So I'm just dropping a few drops in there and I'm gonna mix it around and then dip my frontal in there, trying not to get it onto the hair, but just the lace. And right here, you do see me adding salt. I just see a lot of YouTube videos on tinting the lace where they add salt to get rid of the brassy undertone that the dye may have, because it is chocolate and chocolate dye can have like a red undertone to it. So I guess that's why they add the salt to remove it. I'm not sure if it works or not, but I'm just doing it as an extra step. So now on to watercoloring the frontal. I feel like by this stage, I pretty much mastered how to mix these two dyes together to achieve my perfect shade. And for me, it was all about eyeing it, testing it out. And if anything, I could always go back and re-dye the hair because it comes out as a light shade first. So you don't have to worry about going in, pasting the dye on the hair and it being dark one time. You can't like reverse it. With watercoloring, you could always go back and dip it in, add more dye, play around with the hair until you get your desired color. And no, it did not stain the frontal. I did spray Got To Be Glue free spray on it and blow dried it a bit and then dipped it out just to be safe, but no, it did not stain the lace. So here's just the final look of everything. Guys, I love the color it turned out to be. As you can see, the purple dye did not tint the lace whatsoever. All I did was add some of my foundation powder onto the lace because the tinting I did before did not show up. But yep, here's everything made into a wig, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned to the next.